Hello everybody and welcome back to the Fantasy Football Fix YouTube channel where we've just finished up with Newcastle versus Leeds, and what a game it was to kick off game week 5. That was Friday Night Football, truly at its best, and you've got all the reaction here along with your daily price changes in the stream tonight. It's me again, FPL Phillips, back with the latest content, and we've got a lot of people in. I'm surprised to see this many people here in late. Yeah, I will try and get to the point a bit more. I have been seeing the feedback. Unfortunately, we don't have much of a choice other than to do the live streams at the moment, but we are working to try and get the availability to do pre-recorded videos back up and running again. So yeah, you'll have to make do with me for now, but yeah, I will get straight to the point and talk a lot about the price changes. There aren't really too many questions to answer after the deadline's gone, obviously, so hopefully that won't have to take up too much more of the time. Players going up tonight: Bamford, Jimenez, Trent Alexander-Arnold still predicted, Jesus as well. Seen the ones who are still projected to. Bamford quite comfortably will be rising in price up to 8 million. No doubt about that really at all. 235% progress is all you need to hear, despite the fact he only grabbed 1 assist in the game. Didn't get any bonus points, I think. He's not in the provisional at all. Rafinha is still going to get 1. Jimenez, yep, obviously 127%, looking pretty likely as well. Same with Alexander-Arnold, up to 7.6 for him. Jimenez back up to 7.5. And Jesus is a bit of a surprising one, but I could still see the appeal of him, especially as a bit of a punt, as all our strikers are dropping like flies at the moment, especially with Bamford, who potentially may have picked up a bit of a knock there. He may be suffering. But yeah, Ailing's risen quite a lot, so I'm sure that will head back down, as he obviously was substituted off injured. I don't think many people were planning on starting him next week, so it's not too bad for owners, I suppose, at the end of the day. If we have a look at players who will potentially be dropping in price tonight, there aren't too many of note to point out. There are a lot, but there aren't that many who actually are viable FPL assets, etc. None on this page at all, but look how many pages of droppers there are. Wilson's one I've got flagged, who still is looking quite likely, minus 112% now, and predicted once again to drop tonight. Tsimikas of Liverpool might be returning to his actual start price, dropping from 4.1 down to 4.0, but that's pretty much it in terms of price rises, etc. There are quite a few looking like tomorrow. Duffy, Lukaku and Ronaldo, as you've seen in the thumbnail, were at one point today predicted to rise tonight. However, they've both slowed down a bit now and are both predicted to rise tomorrow. Again, not that it makes too much of a difference now. Antonio is an interesting one. Antonio obviously has Leeds up next, and Leeds have a lot of defensive problems, so I'm sure people will probably be trying to bring him in or back in when they realise he's no longer suspended anymore. That'll probably be the case in my opinion. And Bruno Fernandes down there also looking like he might drop in price tomorrow down to 11.9. So yeah, a few players with their prices locked to note. James obviously returning from suspension. When a player's price or status goes from red for any reason up to normal, straight there, their price becomes locked for a certain period of time. It's not the same the other way around. So for example, DCL, who went from available to red, or if you might have gone from yellow to red, but either way, their prices don't become locked that way. It's only if they go from red flagged to available completely. So yeah, that's pretty much covered the price rises and price changes tonight. If there are any other specific players you want to know about, feel free to drop them in the chat right now. I appreciate people watching back might not want to know about every single one, but I will try and cover them. It helps include the chat, and yeah, all I ask in return is drop a like on the stream. It really does help out the channel, and if you appreciate us bringing you this series every day, it really does help out on support, and it does mean a lot when I can see the likes. I appreciate it's late for some people, even here in the UK. It's 10 PM right now, but we thought it'd be best to bring you this stream a bit later on today so we can conclude all the reaction to the game that has just finished. Keep or sell Antonio? Yeah, so just explain what happened with Antonio's price. I would definitely keep him. That would be my opinion on that. So Maximan needs a better team. Someone buy him. Well, as a United fan, I've always been a big fan of Rafinha and Saint Maximan. I know it's easy to say that after tonight, but I have, and there were players that I thought you could probably get for 30-40 million a couple seasons ago, but I imagine they'll be quite expensive soon as people are realising their true talent and potential. Lukaku rising in price tonight. We just covered him. It looks like he's rising tomorrow. Rudiger, Tini, Rafinha, Star, Marcel. Which one of these players do I bench for game week 5? Well, game week 5's already gone. If you mean game week 6, it's quite tough, that one. Marcel and Traore, so I'll check them out for you. Marcel, more than 2 days away, but, you know, not too far off. Oh, hang on. I spelled that wrong. I was reading McCarthy. Marcel, yeah, again, is more than 2 days off. He's just had a rise up to 4.6, so not too much to worry about there. Traore, obviously assume you mean Wolves Traore, 84%, not rising very fast at all, so yeah, no danger of a rise happening any soon there. Is Antonio out and Jimenez out a smart move? No, I would not be removing Antonio at this point, definitely not. And Jimenez as well, I would definitely be keeping him, especially with this kind fixture run. Should I sell Ings and replace him with Antonio? If you don't have Antonio, he's definitely looking like a great option for next week. I wouldn't do it straight away. I would definitely wait till nearer the deadline, but it's not an awful move. Ings doesn't look like that bad of an option. He obviously faces United next week, so Ings to Antonio does look like a promising move. Should I activate my wildcard now? Have I got to confirm my wildcard before the deadline? Well, no, it wouldn't be worth doing it now. I depend. Did you make a load of transfers that cost points? If not, I wouldn't be activating my wildcard right now. I definitely, unless your team is in one hell of a state. Took a chance with Bamford. He got 5 points, which was okay. Straight swap Bamford for Antonio. Seems okay. Seems okay. You know, Bamford's fixture next week is not bad. Hopefully, fingers crossed, he's not injured and ruled out for game week 6. That's what I'm hoping. I'm interested to know, is everyone subscribed? Is everyone subscribed and getting in the chat? Because we have quite a lot of people. We seem to have quite a lot of people viewing the stream, but we don't have much, like absolutely loads of engagement in the live chat. All you've got to do that is subscribe down below. And also, we always try to hit a like target on here, but I'm not sure we've ever done it. So I'm going to set the like target for tonight and be brave and go with 50 likes. I'm hoping we can hit 50 likes. There's 70 people watching right now, so we should be able to hit 50 likes with absolute ease. So come on, guys. I know you can come through for us. Yeah, I'm answering all your questions tonight. So yeah, if you're enjoying the stream, do feel free. Please do smash a like. It does mean a lot and helps out the channel. And yeah, it's really great when I can see that there's support on the videos and all the streams that we're doing every day, as I've said quite a few times now. Had Bamford and Rafinha as my 2 opening gaming players. I feel very good. Yeah, people with a double up have certainly paid off. I know that's like FPL's got both. I'm taking Antonio out for Jimenez because of a price fall. I have profit of 0.2. I don't want to lose it. No, don't take either of them out. Don't take either of them out. How I wish I didn't sell Antonio early. Yeah, I think a lot of people will advocate for benching him this week, and I think it was definitely the right decision to do. After game week 7, the best time for wildcard? Do you mean at game week 7? I mean, game week 7 or 8 do look pretty good, both of them. You know, there's never one correct right time to wildcard. It really does depend on your team. My rule of thumb is if you want to make 6 or more changes, you definitely strongly consider a wildcard. Will you do a poll tonight? What would you like the poll to be, Mohammed? It'd be interesting to see. I don't want to just do like a who's your captain or whatever. I'd like to. If there's a good question, it'd be awesome. Does it look like Ings will drop tonight? He didn't cover the players I looked at. I don't think Ings will be in danger of a drop. No, he's quite far off. He's only dropping at 0.2% per hour, and he's at minus 72% progress. So quite some way off an Ings drop for owners who are holding on to him. Shouldn't be too worried at all. 7 points after tonight. Jumped on the Bamford bandwagon, but I always feel weird about him. Yeah, I think I'm on 7 points as well. I had Bamford and Ayling, which definitely I was hoping for more, but I predicted 1-1 with Rafinha and Smith Rowe goals. No, not Smith Rowe, St. Maximum goals. I always get confused between those two for some reason, but yeah, I actually did that. See over on my Twitter, I predicted Rafinha and St. Maximin to score the goals in a 1-1 draw, which was very funny. I didn't bet on it, unfortunately, but I did win £16 tonight on betting, which was decent. But yeah, always gamble responsibly. Sell Ben Rama? I would not be selling Ben Rama. Scott leaves next week with all their defensive woes. Would to change Shaw and Traore for Rafinha and Tomato? Am I safe to decide at a later time this week? I mean, I wouldn't be changing them. That just seems like sideways moves to me. Wolves have a very nice fixture next week. Shaw's facing Aston Villa. It's not worth the 2 transfers. Thanks for the stuff, man. Watching you from the Mauritius. Thank you, Gregory. It means a lot when I see comments like that. Thank you very much. And I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Will Antonio keep dropping in price? Personally, I don't think he will. And I think when people, especially if Bamford's injured, Calvert-Lewin's out, Wilson's out, when Antonio becomes unsuspended, his red flag's removed, a lot of people will realise that and see his fixture against Leeds next week. He's the top point scorer, before this game week. They'll be seeing him, getting him back in. They're only taking him out because they're seeing the red and panicking. And a lot of it is always due to people who are, what we call casuals of the game, I suppose, as well, who are kind of rushing into transfers, etc. Do you think Antonio is going to drop to 7.8 before game week 6? It's quite hard to say. He is predicted to drop down to 7.8 tomorrow. So it really does depend on, does that progress keep it up? Does that progress keep up? I'm not sure. I'm not sure when his red flag actually gets removed. Is there a chance Trent does not rise? Need to watch tomorrow's games before moving for him? I wouldn't be too confident. We don't normally get loads of rises in one night, but Trent is quite comfortably over that progress. I'd be more confident in him than Jesus rising. If I had to predict, it would be 3 Bamford, Jimenez, Trent. I think will probably all rise tonight. It's never the accuracy. You can always check out over at fantasyfootballfix.com. We were always informing you about how accurate we are with all the stuff. But yeah, it's never an exact science, and it always is subject to change. Sam says hi, big fan of your own show and via Football Fix. Keep it up. Thank you very much, Sam. It does mean a lot, especially see people coming over from FPL Phillips. If you want to check out that channel, link is down in the description under presenters. Yeah, but I also have my own individual FPL channel. Who's getting the bonus points from the Leeds game? Sorry, it only just came. I believe it's Darlow, Saint Maximan, and Rafinha, is it? I'm not 100% sure. Someone can correct me on that because I've been trying to set up the stream rather than checking out provisional bonus points. I'm concerned about Rafinha. Is he okay? And we'll find out later. Sure, I'm bringing in Antonio for Bamford. What do you think about that? I'm not too sure I've been in such a rush to take out Bamford rather. Perhaps don't rush into the transfer, especially. I would definitely, wait until the deadline. With you've got Bamford, definitely don't move tonight because you can get a price rise out of him at least. And yeah, it's definitely there's no reason to move tonight, especially with Antonio. Yeah, you don't want to move to Antonio, who might drop, from Bamford, who might rise. Now is definitely not the time to do that move. Tyler Roberts can be chronic to watch play in the Premier League. Do you think anything is injured for Game Week 6? It's very, very hard to know. I assume we'll get more concrete information than just my speculation before Game Week 6. Gray in for Gallagher or Gray in for Benrahma? I would just stick with Benrahma and Gallagher, whoever you've got, to be honest. Oh, I did get it right. So it is Darlow, Smith, Saint Maximan. Why do I keep seeing Saint Maximan and Rafinha, 3-2-1 respectively. Swap Shaw for Trent due to price rises. Personally, wouldn't do it. Aston Villa's a nice fixture for United next week. Can you please suggest a mid-price midfielder for Wildcard? Mid-price is, I suppose, how vague is the spectrum. I quite like Ismail Sarr. He's got a very nice fixture next week. Watford are playing Leeds, I believe. So you'd have to say that you like the look of it. No, it's afterwards, isn't it? So I think it's Watford at Leeds. I like Ismail Sarr. I can't remember his exact fixtures, but I remember him being the standout pick for me. And he's going under the radar quite a bit because he's not returned this game we won. Between Decore, Gray and Townsend, I'd go Gray, Decore, then Townsend. Buying Bamford or not? I've already bought Bamford. I wasn't over the moon with 5 points, but I will take it. We're at 40 likes, people. 10 off our target of 50 likes that we're trying to hit. So that'll be amazing. If anyone is new or just joining, just do smash a thumbs up. It is much appreciated. Thank you very much in advance. Thanks. Okay, we'll hold off swapping Antonio for Bamford straight away. Yes, definitely do. I'd wait till at least tonight. Bamford will go up in price most likely. Tomorrow, Antonio may drop. So that really is especially a move you should 100% wait until nearer the actual game week 6 deadline. Say Maximan looked good tonight. His FPL dream. Yeah, he looked fantastic, didn't he? I think most people are aware now he's an absolute baller. As is Rafinha. They both really lit up the show tonight, and it kind of killed the game stone cold dead when Rafinha came off, to be honest. And it kind of indicates that perhaps some rumours of the thigh strain were actually true. Well, my rank before this game week, I'm not entirely sure what my live rank is right now, but I'm 72k, I think, which I'm not too disappointed with. Yeah, it's very early in the season still. They could get worse or better, hopefully. If I activate my wildcard now, I can make a transfer whenever before the next deadline, which next week, right? Yeah, 100%. You can do unlimited transfers until then. What most people tend to do is, when you activate your wildcard early on, is just make sure you get in some of the players who are going up in price. If there's a chance you'd like Bamford, Jimenez, Trent, or maybe even Jesus in your team, make sure you get them in. But do be aware of players you're taking out. You're not losing value on them if you want to bring them back in. For example, if you had Antonio from the start, say, you'd 7.5. He's a great example. He rose up to 7.9. Every 0.2 that player rises in price, you get 0.1. So half of 0.4, which is 7.9 minus 7.5 is 0.4. Half that, 0.2, you've gained 0.2 on Antonio's price. So you could only sell him for 7.7, even when people were buying him for 7.9. If you sold him then, you'd have to spend 0.2 extra to get him back in, even if you're on a wild card. Thoughts on the Game Week 15 wild card? If I don't wild card in Game Week 7 or 8, it will most likely be then. Made a mistake of putting the armband on Bamford. Could be worse, though. Yeah, it can always be worse. But, yeah, I mean, it was maybe a worthwhile punt. If Rafinha hadn't gone off, I could have seen him getting something. They were, at least were quite unlucky not to get a penalty as well. Rafinha had his thigh strapped at the beginning of the match. Oh, I didn't spot that. Good spot. Who will score higher points this game week? James or Reguilon? This week, I'll have a look at the predictive points. Personally, I'd say James. But with James, again, it's just a case if he starts. Let's see if we can have a look. James, he's only 2. No, that's perfect. That's for game week 5 rather. That's for game week 6. Sorry. James, 3.0. Reguilon, 3.8. So the predicted points have Reguilon to score more this week, but I'd probably say James. Oh, excuse me. Duffy price rises tomorrow. Tomorrow projected at the moment up to 4.3 for Duffy. Will be interesting. Interesting to see if that happens as an owner. Which Chelsea defender would you recommend? I think Rudiger's the best, just most nailed. Reece James in second for me. Other than that, I wouldn't really be tempted to go for any of them. Do you have tips to raise squad value? There's not really that much to it. It's just go with players who do well and they'll rise in price. Specific tips, I would always try to say, sometimes don't obsess too much over team value. I know this is kind of contradicting what you're saying, but there is a time and place to put off that transfer to ensure that, something like if the Rafinha news was concrete doesn't happen before the deadline. If that had come out and people had already transferred in Rafinha, then because he was going to rise in price or for another reason, then it might have been a bit rushed. How far is the Grey off a price rise? The Grey? Did I just call him the Grey? It sounds like a villain. Damari Gray, quite far off, but 1.5% per hour is not slow at all. So maybe 3 days or so. It was he rose quite recently. Damari Gray. It's going to be a bit of a shorter stream today, guys. So we'll probably be going for around 8 minutes or so. So it's a half an hour stream because I appreciate that people don't want to be. It is quite time consuming to watch a live stream, etc. But we're 4 likes off our 50 target, so if we could smash that before the end of the stream, it would be absolutely fantastic for us. Thank you. Thank you. How long do you think Greenwood will keep starting for? I think Greenwood has very good chances of starting as long as Rashford is out, which, the last we heard was projected around mid-October. So, personally, Greenwood was rested for the Champions League, so he'll definitely start this weekend. But yeah, I think Greenwood probably until at least mid-October, but there's always a chance. Pogba starts left, Sancho starts right, but having to put Matic and Fred in CDM, when McTominay comes back, that makes Greenwood's chances slightly decrease, but I still think he'll keep starting. Thank you, FPL Phillips, you rock. Watching from South Africa, keep it up. Thank you very much. Those comments do mean a lot. Yeah, thank you. And she asks, what website are you using? This is fantasyfootballfix.com. Links to all of it are down below in the description. You can find all of it. And yeah, it's just been the thing I've used forever in terms of price changes. And yeah, the best, in my opinion, by a mile. Should I buy Bamford now? I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. There's doubts among his fitness. He's got West Ham next week, which isn't, a bad fixture, but it's not brilliant. I would definitely be waiting, and I wouldn't be making any moves tonight anyway. Should we really overlook Bruno? And I'm not mistaken, Greenwood have a very good record against West Ham. Well, United in general aren't too poor against West Ham. In terms of specific player records, I'm not too sure. I've captained Ronaldo this week because West Ham this season haven't looked good at the back, and it was partly an accident. I did forget to change it to Salah. So yeah, the FPL expert coming through with a slip up. Self-proclaimed expert or whatever. They never claim to be an expert. I'm literally just someone who puts out their content, and if people choose to listen to me, then yeah, they can choose to listen to me. But I will help to the best of my ability always. I appreciate your efforts and dedication to these live streams. Thank you very much, FPL Dream. It means a lot. Thanks for taking all our questions. No worries at all, Eliza. I just want to say you're killing it. Lots of love from Melbourne, Australia. Wow. All the way from across the globe. Thank you for tuning in. So, I don't even know what time it will be there. Surely morning, right? Awesome. St. Maximan or Rafinha, who's predicted to get the most points across the next 3? Yeah, that's a very interesting question. We can go ahead and use the predicted points tool. So across the next 3, game week 6 to 8 then. That's 3 game weeks. Smith, St. Maximan or Rafinha. I nearly just said Smith Rowe again. Right, 6.5. Midfielders. Where is Rafinha? So Rafinha's 11.3 in total. 11.3. St. Maximan. Where is he? I've got his price right. Oh, 6.6. Sorry. 9.1. So Rafinha's quite a way ahead. Quite a way ahead. A very nice question. It's always interesting to compare different positions as well. Yeah, good question. I'm thinking of investing in Chelsea's defence after game week 7 instead of spending on a third striker beside Lukaku and Ronaldo. What do you think? I like the sound of that. I do like the sound of that. I think you can definitely get away with 2 forwards, especially those 2 forwards. And the Chelsea defence will almost be a must-have, at least one of them, and probably 2. I think a triple up with Chelsea players in game week 7 is definitely the way to go. Got Rafinha, no Leeds defenders, loving it. Very, very good. That was the ideal. I think that's the ideal thing to have, really, was just Rafinha in that game, I think. What players are essential for a game week 7 wildcard? I'd say triple Chelsea, Lukaku being one of them, Rudiger being one of them, and then the third player being like Reece James is my favourite at the moment, but that could easily be Mason Mount, maybe even Havertz. I would have Trent, Salah. I would have, potentially Ronaldo as well. But as far as I'm concerned, the Chelsea players are the main thing, as well as obviously having Salah and Trent, who I think are really long-term holds, but they're not essential. I think really the only players you need to have are the Chelsea. I think just because of the fixtures, really. Liverpool fixtures do get a bit wishy-washy around that time. I had Rafinha and St. Maximan. Still got Ronaldo, Trent, Salah, and Lukaku to come. Very, very nice start to the week for you then. I definitely rate those choices. And it's good to see that some proper ballers are paying off with some FPL points. And even though I don't own any of them, I'm happy for the people who own them, because it's nice to see that people knowing ball getting rewarded. Is Rafinha confirmed to be injured? Well, his thigh was strapped up. There was rumours. Nothing solid, concrete. But the fact he came off early doesn't really show too well. Doesn't really. Can you show tomorrow's? Yeah, we'll go to tomorrow's. Tomorrow, so we got Duffy, Lukaku, and Ronaldo rising, and Antonio and Fernandes looking likely to drop. That's as far as it is tomorrow. So five those key players of note: Duffy, Lukaku, Ronaldo, Antonio, and Bruno. Just a quick recap. Did Rafinha get injured? There was rumours he was injured before the game with a thigh strain, and it just seems to be that those rumours might have some basis to them. Can you compare Rudiger versus Shaw predicted points for the next 3? Thanks. No worries at all, I will do it. 6 to 8. And we'll go and filter by defenders. Max price 5.5. So interesting, Ake's up there. Wan-Bissaka, Semedo. Shaw down with 11.7 and Rudiger with 11.8. So very, very close. Very, very close. Shaw in game week 6 has got substantially higher, and then Rudiger tops in game week 7 and 8. But yeah, I think Ake, there's the news that Stones and Laporte are now out, put Ake very near the top. Don't know how long they'll be out for. That might change with the return of any of those centre backs. I'm not too up to date on their fitness and return date. Yeah, and the Semedo Marcel debate is Semedo if you've got the money, in my opinion. Is Gray still good as Everton green fixtures are coming to an end? The green fixtures. I wouldn't be in a rush to get rid of him. I think he's still a good option. He's been outperforming his stats, is something to say. He's not been getting that many chances in the easy games. So, I think considering when you're going to get him out, one thing I would say is that I really like Gallagher as an option, and his fixtures start to get a bit better as Gray's get worse. So I don't know when the exact best time changes. There won't be an exact best time, but a Gray to Gallagher move, if you're just looking for a one simple transfer, might be worth it. We're at 55 likes, guys. Thank you very much. Let's see if we can push on to 60. That would be amazing. You think Antonio will drop by 0.2 ahead of the Leeds game? I don't think he'll drop by 0.2. I think 0.1 at the most, probably. Bamford or Antonio from Game Week 7 onwards? I think Antonio, as long as he's fit, is just a better option. What's up, I'm a new sub to the channel. Well, thank you very much, Fred. I hope you are enjoying the content. I had Bamford, Ayling, and Rafinha today. Still have Ronaldo, Jimenez, Salah, Jota, and Traore. And also have Trent and Diaz still. Is that any good? You didn't need to... Well, yeah. I mean, letting us another team is fine. But yeah, a lot of people will have similar players to you to go. I think Bamford, Ayling, and Rafinha in total I'd be pretty happy with that. I wouldn't have been too hopeful of a Leeds clean sheet, but an assist and a goal from your two forwards, attacking players, isn't too bad at all. 63 likes, we managed to smash it just like that. Thank you, everyone. That would be awesome if we could get. Imagine if we could get to 70. If I just keep saying it, will it happen? Just magic. Yeah. 70 likes. Let's do it. We'll just do it all the way to 100. I just say I want 100 now. Imagine we could get 100 likes. That'd be cool. But yeah, we are getting on a bit in terms of timing for the stream. We don't have a lot long left. So get your last comments and questions in. I've done my wildcard transfer, so I can still make changes to any player gets injured, right? Just to confirm. Yes. You can make as many transfers as you like. You can bring players in, take them out again, bring them in again, take them out again. That's fine. There's no limit on how many transfers you can do until the next deadline. You can make unlimited. Best midfielder under 8.5, Game Week 7 wildcard. Ooh, Game Week 7 wildcard. Mason Mount. I'd probably say Mason Mount. Havertz is maybe up there, but personally not sold on him. I think I like Mount more. 73, 74. We're actually shooting up. You guys are too strong. 120 people watching. It's absolutely incredible. Would be amazing if we could smash 100 likes. But yeah, it took us a lot longer to get anywhere near this point yesterday. So you guys clearly watching the stream tonight, absolute different breed, or you guys are absolutely smashing it in terms of the support. Thank you very much, and I will continue to answer all your questions to the best of my ability. And Marcelo Semedo, either price changes the next few days. Well, we had a look at Marcel. Hang on. Let me just refresh. So yeah, he's quite far off because of his recent rise. Semedo's nearer, but slower progress per hour. So no danger really. No danger. Wow, a lot of questions coming in. Thank you everyone for sending them in. I will try and answer all. Well, I will answer all. Hoping him and this comes through this week. Yeah. Well, I don't own him, so I'm not hoping as much. But I could see he's a good option. And yeah, I was always going to get Bamford. Definitely enjoyed the content. Thanks for responding to my question, mate. One last question I have is the Wolves goalkeeper and Traore. How do you think they will perform against Brentford? I've got a feeling they'll do very well. Fred. And thank you for your support once again. It means a lot. Havertz or Grealish? Game week 7, I think I'd maybe say Havertz, but as long as Grealish is nailed, guaranteed he is. If he is nailed with Foden and KDB back, very, very nice option in that City team because we don't often see a nailed City player. What do you think about Torres playing 70 mins in a 6-3 game without scoring or assisting any of the goals? Well, hopefully he's just saving it for this weekend against Southampton at home. I've not had Antonio all season. Might it be worth getting him now? I think maybe, yeah. How long is a player locked once they lose their red flag? Oh, it's a good question. I can't 100% remember. I've been focusing so much on how long new players are locked for that can't actually remember on players that have lost their red flag. But it's a good point. If anyone knows, please feel free to put it in the chat. That would be much appreciated. If one of the fixed lads is here, they can help us out. But yeah, you can learn all this information in the FPL Raptor video that is on this channel, like the lesson teaching video about how price changes work, all that stuff is here on the channel if you want to kind of inform yourself about all that. I'm sure they'll have that information in the video. I've just got a rubbish memory, to be honest. Only got Rafinha tonight. Only got Bamford tonight. Should have got Rafinha. Yeah, I only had one transfer. I chose to get Bamford and save Benrahma, which, you know, I still think is the right decision. I got Benrahma against that Leeds defence next week. When does a player get red flagged? When they're injured, suspended. You know, injured very seriously, suspended. Like Antonio is. Like Reece James was. These are examples. Is Grealish a good pick from game week 7 onwards? I think he's a good pick, kind of non-stop, really. Jota to Grealish, thoughts? Only when Jota's not in favour anymore. When Jota's playing, he's a better option than Grealish, in my opinion. Thanks, appreciate your answer. And when is your next stream? Off to bed soon. In terms of on here, it'll be next week, I think, hopefully. And on the FPL Phillips channel, it may well be until next deadline stream, to be honest. I'm moving back to uni and got all my induction and stuff this week, so I will be quite busy, I'm afraid. But yeah. When are bonus points? I should be in pretty soon. KDB is back. I'm giving the eye test before bringing him in. Yeah, I just don't think KDB is a better option than Salah, Lukaku, or Ronaldo. How many points is Mane predicted to score? This week? I'll have a check. I assume you mean this week. Predicted points. I think, if I can remember, he's fourth highest, I think he is, maybe. Oh, he's first. He's first with 7.3. 7.3 points. Interesting. It's higher than Salah. I'm sure they need to add in how unclinical he wasn't now. I mean, Mane's obviously, his stats were incredible. Eddie, so you got Ronaldo captain or managed to get Salah on time? No, I've got Ronaldo captain this week. So, Ultra United fan Eddie is in place. Will Reece James be a rotation pick risk in your opinion? I do think so. I think he'll probably miss around 20% of games, maybe 30. 5 defenders to get besides who on the Game Week 7 wildcard? Oof, it's hard to consider. I've not done a lot of research into it yet, to be honest. I would have to have a bit of a deeper look. But that video will definitely be coming on my channel or indeed on here when we come round to that Game Week 7. Tried the armband on him, Mane. Ooh, interesting. Is Torres to Rafinha worth doing? Would want Torres back for Jota 2 weeks later? Would want Torres back for Jota. Oh. I'm not too sold then, but you know, they do. You will miss out on some hard fixtures from Torres. So maybe it is. I think that maybe it could be worth doing. I'm not sure. Maybe by the time Jota, you're looking to take him out, you might not want Torres if he's not getting as much game time. So maybe that's the thing worth doing, and you don't have to be set on bringing Torres back in. Duffy or Williams to rise soon? Duffy tomorrow. Williams not. I don't think he's close. I'll just double check on Williams actually. Yeah. Well, 81%, 0.1% per hour. More than 2 days currently away from a rise, but I don't know how quickly. If he gets a clean sheet or a return against Watford, that could easily change very quickly. What is your main channel so I can go and subscribe to it? My channel is called FPL Phillips, as the thing says below me. You can go and find out just by searching FPL Phillips, or indeed you can go into the description, just open it up, and then you can go ahead and see under presenters, FPL Phillips, I think is the top one. Just click on that. So yeah, I massively appreciate anyone who does go over and subscribe. Yeah, I post a lot of content over there. I've been working really hard on it. And yeah, the growth on the channel has been incredible recently. So I appreciate all the support, and anyone who is already subscribed, thank you very much. We're only 13 likes away from 100. And I think we can do it, guys. I think we can do it. Let's see if we can smash it. How quickly can we do it? That would be absolutely incredible. Thank you to everyone who's already liked the stream as well. Tonight's confirmed price rises are Bamford, Jimenez, Trent, and Jesus. That looks like it. You know, they're not exactly always 100% accurate. So, you know, the most confident you'd be Bamford, I think 100% will rise. Jimenez and Alexander-Arnold, I think, are very likely. Jesus is a potential riser. Just sub to FPL Phillips, bro. You know, my new favourite FPL content creator. You know FPL Mate, he's pretty cool. Yeah, I was on the FPL Mate's latest edition of his podcast. That was a very, very cool video. It was the video on his channel, the latest FPL Mate podcast. I was featured on there. I know Dan very well. Very well over a screen and over social media. But no, I get on him. I get on with him very well. He's a very nice lad. Wildcard this week. Hope you can get a return because the last 2 weeks were harsh. 62 points. Both of the weeks need changes. 62 points is not awful. I've definitely seen some worse scores than that. My rank is 72k at the moment, John. I'm not sure after tonight, but that was what it was before the deadline. Best keeper under 5.0 on a Game Week 7 wildcard. Ooh, a tough one. You're asking a lot of questions about the Game Week 7 wildcard, Jacob. Like I said, get subscribed to here and FPL Phillips, and for sure I will have a Game Week 7 wildcard video out for you in definitely the next week or so. If I had to pick, who would I go for? Well, I'll tell you what we can do. We can have a look at the defensive difficulty using the fixture analyzer. So if you want to look at this, Game Week 7, you can do this over at fantasyfootballfix.com. So obviously, Chelsea, you can't get Mendy in for that price. I still think, as expected, Wolves' fixtures are very, very nice in terms of that. And so I'd be tempted to go with Sarr. And, you know, if Leeds had a better defence, I would be tempted with Melier. But Brentford are up there too. Raya could be considered. Ramsdale, maybe, if he's actually nailed. But I think Sarr is the standout for me, under 5.0. 93 likes, everyone. We're only 7 away. Thank you to everyone who has just smashed the like button. And if you haven't smashed the like button, I'm looking at you. Go ahead and do it. We can definitely hit that target. We've got 3 minutes left to do it. What's your favourite United kit this season and the years before? I quite like all our kits this season. I'm quite a fan of the third one. You know, I do like the home one. I know it's always quite boring to say the home one, but I think it's quite clean. But yeah, you know, they're all decent. None of them are horrific, but none of them are like proper wow kits, I'd say. I had to play my free hit this week because I had Antonio and Calvert-Lewin and Buendia, so I just couldn't go into Game Week 5 with that. So when should I use my wildcard, considering I use my free hit? I wouldn't say that changes very much. If you've used your free hit, I would try my best not to use your wildcard this week, otherwise it makes the free hit seem very pointless. You know, Calvert-Lewin should still be an issue. I think I'd probably just use the one transfer this week to hold until Game Week 7 or 8 at least. Would be my advice, and if you still want to make 6 or so changes at that point, that would be when I would pull the trigger on the wildcard thread. 98, we're only 2 away. 2 likes. Let's see if we can do it. Incredible. I think this will be the first stream we've ever hit 100 likes on. That would be incredible scenes. Jota, Greenwood and Pogba, do you have any suggestions on who to bring in? I mean, all of them are quite shaky options at the moment. Jota's living on borrowed time with with Firmino coming back. I'd say Greenwood's probably, Pogba's the most nailed. Greenwood's the most exciting, and I think, even despite the fixtures, maybe go with Greenwood. But I'd take a look at Mason Mount. I strongly consider if you can hold off a little bit more. Mason Mount, game week 6 or 7. Game week 7, Mason Mount. And that's the move. Bamford or Antonio from game week 7 onwards. I always say Antonio when he's fit. I'm not sure if the bonus points are out yet. I think they normally get confirmed by an hour or so after the game. I don't think they'd be this long. Do you reckon it's worth the sacrifices to get in Trent, Salah, Lukaku and Ronaldo? Only one I don't have is Ronaldo. If you don't have Ronaldo by now, I'd probably hold off. Because a lot of people will be taking Ronaldo out for Lukaku at this moment in time. As I said, Ronaldo may well change people's thoughts. We've done it, everyone. Thank you very much to everyone who smashed a like. We managed to hit it before the 45-minute mark, which is absolutely incredible. Big props to everyone watching. You guys are really the living blood soul of this YouTube channel, and it really does mean a lot, your support. Thank you very much, everyone. Game week 7 target Chelsea fixtures. Game week 7 wildcard should just be known as the Chelsea wildcard, really. Next game week captain? Well, Antonio doesn't look a bad shout against that Leeds defence with another injury. With Ayling going off tonight. I wouldn't be too against that at all. Not a real standout captain, in my opinion. Obviously, Salah against Brentford looks very nice. Ronaldo against Villa looks very nice. It's not as clear-cut. I took Grealish out for Rafinha so far, it's paying off. He's got me more points in one game than Grealish got me the past 2 weeks. Yeah. Well, the advantages and disadvantages of having Trent, Salah, Ronaldo and Lukaku. Well, advantages, you get 4 very nice premiums. It will score you a lot of points. Disadvantages, you might get a bit less value spread amongst the rest of your team, where the points may not make up for having that extra premium. So it really is a risk and reward type thing. And there's not really too much else to it. Why does the algorithm really favour certain players such as Sarr way above Greenwood, who is on form even with the worst stats? How are the expected points calculated? I honestly couldn't tell you how they're calculated. All I know is there's a lot of maths that goes into them. And, yeah. The best wildcard now? Ooh, I'm not sure many people are on a wildcard this week, but maybe that's a video to look out for on the FPL Phillips YouTube channel. Go and subscribe if you haven't already. Antonio and Bamford or Ronaldo and a 4.5 million striker? That really depends. That really depends on what formation you're playing. If you have to play both of them, then obviously Antonio and Bamford. But if you're playing a formation with only 2 strikers, then Ronaldo and the 4.5, in my opinion. Would you reckon going to buy any Arsenal defender? I like Kieran Tierney the most. Other than that, I'm really not that much of a fan, to be honest. But yeah, we've been going for 45 minutes now. I know people are we're trying to make the streams a bit shorter, but I've really been enjoying answering all your questions. So the time has absolutely flown by me. So once again, thank you to everyone, all your support. If you are new around here, do smash the subscribe button. If you haven't already, do drop a thumbs up on the stream. But yeah, I won't be asking anymore. You guys have absolutely killed it with the likes. If you want to see a bit more of me, go over and subscribe to the FPL Phillips YouTube channel. You can find a link to that in the description, or just go to the YouTube search bar and type in FPL Phillips. You can go ahead and find the channel very easily through there. You finished top 4K with no Man City players in your team almost all last season. Yeah, Cancelo very briefly. Well, Cancelo very briefly will make all the difference, Steve. You had that very, very nice run. Thank you to everyone once more. I hope you've had a good Game Week 4 so far, and I hope you have the rest of a very nice Game Week 5 indeed as well. I just say Game Week 4? I meant Game Week 5. But yeah, thank you everyone. I will wish you all a good night. And yeah, that's been it for me tonight. Very long few hours of streaming, but it's been worth it and I've enjoyed every second. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I will stay behind and read all the messages. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll catch you later. See you soon.